Have you ever got into a situation, or you always get into a situation where your boss is trying to call you and his number is flashing on your mobile screen, and you have a feeling that, oh shit, not again. Should I pick up the call or should I not? What do I want to speak to him? Why is he looking for me? All those kinds of feelings whenever your boss calls you. Well, let me tell you, that's not unnatural. According to a study that has been conducted world over, 80% of the people who see their boss's number flashing on their mobile screen, they have the same feeling, that should I pick up the call? Why is he calling me? And it is proved that the blood pressure level rises and people are not happy. They get all kinds of feelings that I have to talk to my boss again. He would ask me uncomfortable questions, and how should I answer them, and all those sort of stuff. Rest of the 20% of the people, according to the study, are generally happy to pick up the calls from their bosses. Now, why does that happen? Let us see today why that happens, and also let us see how we can actually get into that 20% bracket where you, being the boss, when you are calling one of your reportees or subordinates, they are happy to pick up your call with a smile on their face and happy to talk to you. Today I am going to give you 5 important traits of being a good boss, which makes them fall into that 20% bracket, and hopefully you will like them and you will start practicing them in your day-to-day life wherever possible, either in your businesses or in your jobs, wherever you are leading a team or you are trying to lead a team. Hopefully if you practice them, the next time the study is conducted on the behavior of the subordinates towards their bosses all over the world, hopefully we'll see the number of 20% that I was talking about will rise, and you will also be considered into that bracket of more than 20%, which I would expect to see in future studies. Trait number 1, be transparent with your colleagues or the people whom you are leading, right? Be at equal ease when you are sharing a good news or even a bad news. People do not like things to be hidden from them. So once you are transparent enough, they will start respecting you as a person. I know it's easy to share good news with people. Bad news sharing is a bit difficult, but people in this world are generally understanding and they are logical. So if you can share the bad news with enough explanation and also show some positivity towards the bad news that you are sharing, and also tell them that you stand beside them while sharing this bad news, people generally understand that. So it is very important to share good and bad news equally and transparently and in front of them, not by hiding things. So give it a try. Be as transparent as possible. Share everything as much as possible with your people, with the people you are leading and the people you are working with equal ease. You will see your relationship with them would actually be on a positive track as we go along. The second most important thing which we should all follow in our path to becoming great leaders and great bosses is that we should practice speaking last. By saying that, what do I mean? I mean that we should encourage our people to speak openly, frankly, transparently in front of us. We should not stop them in the middle saying that, hey, I know this, I know that, this is not the way, and all those kinds of things, because people love to be heard. Don't disturb them while they are speaking. Have their opinions voiced out in front of them, because it is very important that they get their perspectives out to the world as well, for them to realize that they have been heard. Everybody has their own side of the story to say. So let's hear that and practice hearing that. In this respect, I would actually like to tell you a small story that we learned from one of the greatest leaders, Nelson Mandela's life. During his childhood days, he would often travel with his father, who was a tribal chief, to some tribal meetings, and two very interesting things he would notice in those meetings. First one is that all the tribal chiefs in those meetings would actually sit in a circle. What that meant is that no one was given a superior role in those meetings. Everyone felt that they are equal in those meetings, and that is very important for people to feel when they are allowed to speak or when they are requested to speak. Second important thing he noticed is that his father was always the last person to speak. He, during the meetings, when he was not able to understand something from the person who was speaking at that point of time, he would only ask questions. He would not even nod his head in agreement nor in disagreement. He would only ask questions and only listen to them, only gather the facts and figures. And at last, when he has given opportunity to speak to all the members present in this meeting, he would start sharing his thoughts. So we as leaders should also follow these principles, that we should treat all the individuals in our teams equally, respectfully, and give them enough opportunity to express their thoughts and feelings. Only after we have provided all these things, then only we are allowed to speak. So the third most important thing I wanted to share with you for being a great leader or a great boss is that be caring and follow up on that care. So what do I mean by that? Let me take an example and try to explain to you. If, for example, say one of your colleagues is reporting that someone in his family is sick, then show all your care. If you know a good doctor, refer him or her to that doctor. If you know a good hospital, then refer him or her to that hospital. If someone, son or daughter, wants to get admitted into a school, and you know some references, and if you know some good school, refer them there. These kind of small things which show that you care. And not only that, you refer them to the good doctor or a good school or whatever it is, you need to also follow up on that. Like after a few days, just inquire with him gently, how is your family member, or has your son or daughter got admission to that school, or how is he doing. All these small things show that you care, and it adds to the relationship that you are building with that particular individual. And let me tell you, this will also help you in future when you are in need of some references or some kind of help. These guys will come and help you. So in this world, we as individuals cannot sustain alone. We need help from each other at one point or other point in our lives. So it is very important to show that care towards the other individual and follow up on that care, so that they also care for us back. The fourth most important trait of a good leader or a great boss is that you need to stand beside your people or the people whom you work with every day during difficult times. If you stand beside people during their difficult times, they will remember you during their good days and good times. So that is what makes you a good leader actually. And nobody in this world can say that he or she will have good times all throughout his or her life. And we as human beings are very weak and vulnerable during our weak times, and we generally look around for people who are ready to lend their helping hand during such times. So be one of those angels, be one of those guys who actually lend their helping hand during difficult times, and people will respect you, people will remember you during their good times as well. The fifth and the most important point, which I absolutely love, is be a leader, not a manager. I assume that all of us are working somewhere, or in our businesses we are working with some individuals who are mature enough, they do not like to be managed. In fact, none of us like to be managed. None of us like to be told, hey, don't do this, don't do that, and or do this, don't do that. None of us are children anymore. So instead, what we love someone doing to us is that showing us the bigger picture, showing us the end result, and showing us the path to achieve that end result. So a leader would actually explain to you what is the dream, what is the end result that you can expect, and then also hold our hand to guide us towards that end result or the dream. So try and be that leader. Don't tell people don't do this, don't do that, and try and order things for them, or don't put orders on them. Rather give them the bigger picture, show them the end result, show them some dream, and hold their hands and take them towards that dream, lead the path. So that will actually make people feel good about you, and they will start respecting you. So let's recap the 5 important traits of great bosses or leaders that we learned today. The first one is absolute transparency as much as possible. Be at equal ease when you are sharing either a good or a bad news with the people you are working with or the people you are leading. People love to hear everything, and they do not love things to be hidden from them. Second important thing as a good leader or a great boss is that you need to practice to learn to speak last. What that means is that you provide your people with ample opportunity to express their thoughts, because people love to be heard. So give them that opportunity to be heard, and only when everyone has spoken, you speak and share your thoughts. Third important thing is that show a caring attitude and follow up on that. We often show the initial caring attitude, but often forget to follow up on that. So it is very important that you not only show a caring attitude, also do follow up on that on a regular basis to show that you really care. Fourth most important thing is that stand by people when they are in difficult times. If you don't stand by people during their difficult times, they will not remember you during good times. We as human beings are very weak individuals, so during our tough times we look out for all the help, all the helping hands we get from our surroundings. So be one of those guys who is willing to extend his or her helping hand to the person who needs help. So people will absolutely love you for that, and they will remember you during their good times as well. The fifth and the last and the most important point is be a leader, don't be a manager. Don't put orders on people saying that do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Rather show them the big picture, show that the dream, the goal, and hold their hands and lead them towards that goal. Remember, you only need to walk 10 steps with them for them to walk the rest 20 alone. That is what a leader does. So those were the 5 important traits of a great leader or a great boss. I hope you like them and you follow them and you practice them, so that you as a boss or as a leader, when you call up someone next time, they pick up your call with a smile on their faces. I hope you like this video, and if you would like to see similar videos in the future, please do subscribe to my channel, and also please do press the bell icon to get notified whenever I publish the next video. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you will practice the 5 traits that we just learned today.